Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? CaptainMonk here. Today's game, playing some Graves AD carry on the PBE. So this is, of course, the reworked Graves. So things are a little bit different here than the live servers. You guys will see a few things that are somewhat different. But let's go ahead and get here right into the game. So we'll pick up ourselves a Doran's Blade. And, wait, what the heck? The starting items have changed. Alright, that's kind of weird. I don't know why the boots would be here in the starting items when we can't get those. But we'll get the Doran's Blade here, because that should be totally fine. The Doran's Blade is the exact same. I'm pretty sure that it is on the live servers. So nothing's changed there. But what you guys should be keeping in mind, I guess, with the PBE and all that is, not only is Graves himself reworked, but a lot of the AD carry items are changed. As you can see from the recommended here, Phantom Dancer is pretty damn similar to what it is on live, but some of the base stats are somewhat different. I don't know the exact stats on the live service, but they're definitely a little bit different. But you've also got a few of the other things there, like the passive and stuff, and of course the icon looks different. It looks actually much different. I'm kind of surprised by how much they changed it there. But let's not talk about too much about the items just yet. Let's focus a little bit more on our actual champion we're playing, Graves here. So, unlike before, where Graves had a shotgun but kind of used it more like a rifle, he actually feels like he's using a shotgun now. As you can see, there's two shells, and you can see there's two there, and I have to reload for a while, and then we had another two here, and we go from there. And if you don't auto-attack for a while, I'm pretty sure you reload. Yep, you can see there, we reload one. So if you have one shell and you don't attack for a while, you will reload that other shell, so you're not out of shells. But let's go ahead here and just get the first minion here. And as you can see, because it's a shotgun, there's splash damage, so you always will be shoving the lane, more or less, kind of like you would on Tristana, which kind of hurts a little bit, but not really, because, let's be honest, the damage you're making up for it is so worthwhile. So you can see here, it's actually not that complicated. You'd think with the two shells it might make things a little bit more tricky, but it feels barely any different in lane, and wow, MF's damage with that rework with that bouncing Q does help a lot too. Yeah, MF is another one of the AD carries that got reworked. A lot of them did get reworked, actually, so you'll see quite a few of them here on the PBE. We have Connor or Gordon Ramsay playing on his PBE account in the mid lane as AP Corky, so we'll see how that goes up for him. One of the changes they did make to Graves that you should keep in mind when you're laning as him now is his range is actually down by 100. His range now, as you can see, wait, it's not showing up. I guess my key bindings are different on the PBE than on live servers. But as of right now, our range, instead of being 525, is actually 425, which is significantly lower. So keep that in mind when you're playing as Graves, that your range is going to be shorter, as it should be with a shotgun. That only makes sense. So no big deal there. Let's go ahead and toss our Q, though. Kind of show what that's like. So you can see there, it goes to the end of its range, if not hits a piece of terrain, and then splits into two. So it's not like your old buckshot. Your buckshot's basically your auto attacks now, which is kind of cool. I like it quite a lot. It's very, very interesting. And looks like Tahm Kench is going to spit at us, but not really going to do a hell of a whole lot. But you see some damage coming out there onto MF. Good stuff. And let's keep farming here. We are in a lane with a Soraka here, so we're not going to be very aggressive in this lane just because of how this dual lane goes. But we will look to be farming as best we can, harassing MF when we can like that. A cool interaction they actually added to his E, because they kind of changed his passive alarm as well, so you don't have those extra resists, is they make Graves a lot naturally more tanky. And if you use your E, you'll get this thing called True Grit, I'm pretty sure, as you can see at the end. Which again means after you dash, you'll get a lot tankier even again, so that's awesome. Now Soraka's going pretty aggressive here, but they have way more minions than us, and not to mention an extra level on us, so I just want to sit back and chill, not really fight a whole lot, but I'm not getting the idea Soraka's a huge fan of that plan. We might miss the occasional minion here, but no big deal. Our smoke screen is basically the exact same spell it was prior to the rework, which is kind of surprising considering I always thought Graves' kit beforehand, I thought his smoke screen was kind of out of place, and they kept it the same. But I mean, it's still it's a very good spell and it's very, very strong. It's just felt kind of out of place with Graves, for me at least. But you can kind of see there, the Q actually goes through the minion wave. It doesn't need to be going between them, kind of like an Ezreal Q would be, because it doesn't get blocked by anything except for walls and champions, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure champions block it, but I might be wrong about that. I think it's actually just walls, now I think about it more closely, because I've seen some footage of him being played. So, yeah, I still don't have all the kinks figured out for Graves on this rework. This is actually my first time playing him, but I did a lot of reading about it, so I wanted to make sure I had at least some fallback on how it all works. As far as his ultimate goes, which we don't have yet, because we're on level 3, it is more or less the same. The big difference there is the fact that it does have the knockback going on, which is really, really cool. So we're sitting at 26 farms, she's sitting at 18. We are missing quite a few, but we're still getting majority of them. That's what counts. I'm going to go ahead and toss my Q out here and try to hit Tahm Kench. Not in range. Oh, well. Let's get some other minions, though. Wait for our shotgun to reload. Get that. You can kind of see the reload isn't actually that long, which makes it not too bad to get a lot of minions. One thing that's actually become somewhat popular I've seen in videos and stuff is Graves Jungle, which works because you can actually knock back the camp and stuff, and you can kite it out really easily. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I just prefer him as an AD carry, personally. But you can go either way, and I was hoping to hit Tahm Kench, if not MF, with the first component and the second component of that. My Q, of course, the end of the line, but unfortunately cannot be done. But I do like this end of the line thing, because it does kind of, I guess, sync with the theme of Graves, not to mention how he is portrayed in the cinematic. I think that's really, really clever by Riot to set him up like this. Let's go ahead and just use my dash here, reload some shells. put this onto MF, do some damage, and quick the kill. I think we can. No, the barrier's coming out. That's fine. Let's just back off. Pop our potion here. And I might be able to snipe MF with this. Can it split and hit her? Nah, it's going to split and hit someone else instead, I think. All good. But yeah, not too bad of a lane, though. We're just out trading them. Not really low for kills or anything like that, because I'm still not comfortable with what my limits and stuff are with this champion. Again, this is my first time playing with the rework. But still getting a nice feel for him, and I don't really mind that. It's very, very nice. Really fun champion. You know, I always thought Graves was my favorite AD carry for quite a while. The problem I had with him, though, is he just felt so bland. Not really sophisticated at all. Whereas this definitely adds new level of sophistication that I do definitely like. Adds some more things to think about. Let's just dash back here. You can see the Soraka heals are very, very strong for us in this lane. I like it quite a lot. As far as our item build, though, because I kind of have given Graves a pretty good look, I guess. I haven't really gotten into much depth, but I've kind of given you a general idea of what to think about. If you want to look for details, you could always check out stranded20.net. That's where I've looked for most of the stuff that I know about this champion. And I'll just go ahead and clear up this wave a little bit with the end of the line. But as far as the items go, apparently the Essence Reaver is extremely good on Graves now because essentially it's going to give you a really good cooldown reduction because you want to use your spells a lot anyways. Not to mention crit, it's also going to give you attack damage. And all of that all really works with other items that will give you more crit because it'll increase your crit and your cooldown reduction scaling with the Essence Reaver. So your Essence Reaver is pretty much going to be your core, I'm pretty sure, on Graves. I might be wrong about this, of course, but that would make a lot of sense if that was the case. So I'm going to try that this game. And we'll see how that goes. So I think I'm going to go back now. MF's back to lane, so I may as well pick up a BF sword because they have reduced the price of that to 1,300 instead of what I think it was like 1,550. I could be wrong. I can't exactly remember. I'm not really much of an AD carry player, as you guys might know. But there we go. Have the BF sword. So we'll be looking towards getting this item next. And what does this give us? Cooldown reduction attack damage. This one gives us 40 attack damage, though. I want the 40 attack damage. And boots actually are less expensive now, so that's kind of cool. So pick those up. And potions cost 50 gold. Huh. I had no idea. All right, well, pick up one potion, I guess, for 50 gold. Are the stats buffed? It looks like the stats are basically the same, so I'm not really sure why they would increase the price of potions and stuff, but oh well. One thing I know for sure, though, is they actually made it so that... Wait. Oh, okay, this is like standard marksman stuff, I guess? And then there's recommend for Graves? Okay. And then all items. Alright, that's kind of cool. They changed the shop up a little bit. But you can see here, though, the potions are much more expensive. There's no crystalline flask. There's no mana potions, so a lot has actually changed with even some of the basic items that you'd expect from League of Legends. And our trinket is upgraded. What the heck? I didn't upgrade it. What? How did that happen? Does it happen naturally or something like that? I don't really know how that works. Alright, well, they must have changed that somehow. I don't really know the details of all that. As I've said, it's my first time actually playing the new Graves, and it's my first time on the PBE since all the preseason changes, but I'm liking the way it looks so far. I just need to play it a little bit more to get more attuned to how it all works and all that stuff. But once we hit level 6, though, I do think we have a pretty easy time taking on the 2v2 here, because Tahm Kench's ultimate is more of utility than it is actual fighting stats. So I'm gonna try and hit up the MF here and do some damage. But I'm getting pinged from Soraka, telling me to be careful because I think they're roaming over there, which is fine. So it's gonna tell me is I should be fighting this MF, I think. So let's go ahead and dash here, use our ultimate here and do some damage to her. And oh, hold on, can this split and hit her? Nah, it's not gonna hit her. I'm just gonna flash and get it. So I made a mistake there. I used my ultimate a little bit too soon, expecting more damage from it, and that knocked me back. And that knockback made it so I wasn't ranged for that last auto attack. It's no big deal, though, because I still got the kill. And I had to use my flash, which is, of course, the repercussion of me using it too soon. But still, it's good to keep in mind your mistakes, but also the things you did well. And with that kill, we should be able to go over to Dragon here and actually take that out. But yeah, keep that in mind, though. Your ultimate's damage, I think, is the exact same, so I don't know why I expected more damage from it. So a bit of a mistake on that one, but all good. You can see here I can use my E here and get one shell reloaded a little bit quicker than the rest. It's kind of a little cool trick to do with your E. But yeah, it's going to knock you back, actually. So it's really good for kiting. You actually use it over walls and stuff. So you actually have two kiting spells now, your E and your alt. And I guess your W as well, because it is a bit of a slow, I think, as well. Barely, though. Wait, is it still slow? Oh yeah, slows by 50% on impact. So it only slows a tiny bit, but does actually slow a little bit. So that is something to keep in mind. But you're mostly going to be using your E and your ultimate for slowing, I think. And the Corki's booking at top lane. Oh yeah, that's right, doesn't get stopped by minions. Whoopsies. I'm so used to the old buckshot, but that's okay. We'll eventually figure this all out. It'll just take some time. Get some shots back. And let's go and try it right here against the wall. Yeah, that sort of works. Alright, cool. So I think I'm going to go back now because I want to get some items for myself. And it looks like my team's getting into a bit of a fight where they're a bit outnumbered. That's not good. And MF's just a turret here. And I just want to back off and get some items because I think I can afford the next component for this. Yes, I can. Hell fucking yeah. That's going to be sweet for me. So this new item here, it's actually very versatile. It built into a lot of stuff. Built into all the warrior enchant instead of brutalizer. Pretty much like it's the new substitute for brutalizer. The difference being, of course, it is less expensive and it gives you the same CDR. I'm pretty sure it's 25 attack damage just like brutalizer. I'm not sure if brutalizer was 25, maybe 20, maybe 30. I can't remember exactly. But the armor pen, that's the big part, is gone. And I don't really know why they did that, but they did. It is what it is. Whoopsies, wrong button. But this item's pretty cool though. And I do think what's going to happen here is once we get the Essence Reaver, we'll have really good mana sustain with that, not to mention more crit. Then we'll probably build Infinity Edge, if not a Phantom Dancer, because the crit items will build with Essence Reaver to give you more CDR and even further crit, and of course damage as well. The question though is, do we want like the crit bonus damage with the Infinity Edge, because of course that passive's still there, or would we prefer to have the boost of, what's it called? Attack speed. We gotta decide that between Phantom Dancer and the other item. But if we can get onto MF here, that'd be really cool. So let's see if we can get this end of the line out. I'm gonna try and split it. Nope, that's not gonna work the way I wanted it to. I was hoping I would hit up against the wall, then I would quickly go over and hit MF, but that's not quite how it worked out. But let's see. MF's going this way. Yeah, she's gonna outrun us here because she is, of course, Misfortune with that passive on her. Is it her passive or her W now? I can't even remember. Oh well, let's just max our E second here. Make sure we have more mobility, because I don't think the slow from our E is gonna be all that necessary. And missing a few minions here and there because I'm not used to this shotgun shell sort of mechanic yet, but all good. One cool thing to keep in mind though when you're playing Graves with this new shotgun mechanic is the closer you are to the opponent you're hitting, the more damage you'll do, because it is a, it's a buckshot. It's gonna spray, and the spread is gonna be more tight the closer you are compared to if you're far away. Now I see their bot lanes both in their lane, of course. So I'm gonna go back bot lane here to hopefully counteract their push. I've got my ultimate and my Q, and of course my buckshots, so I've got plenty of wave clear to deal with this, which is one of the things I love about Graves. I've always liked about Graves is that he has good wave clear. It looks like my team's gonna control the mini Baron, as I like to call it. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I'm gonna call it the mini Baron because it's basically a Baron before Baron spawns. So mini Baron seems to flow. Let's go ahead and get this thing here. But yeah, I have no idea what's actually called. And once I see where Tahm Kench is, then I'll decide whether I want to fight this MF or not. Because for the time being, if I try to fight MF, and okay, Tahm Kench is mid. If I tried to fight her and Tahm Kench was here, I'd be in a lot of trouble. And I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and keep farming here. And if she gives me an opportunity to, I will take advantage of her. But we'll see what happens here. Alright, I'm going to dash to her face here, get some damage off. Lots of damage. One more auto. And there she popped the ult. Ooh, she popped her barrier. Well played by her, saving her life. All good though, because her barrier is now down, and I can take advantage of that next time I get the opportunity to. Pop my push in here. Kill her, there we go. Yeah, she was recalling in a bad spot, and that's gonna punish. I'm gonna punish her for that one. But yeah, I get my upgrade trinket naturally. I don't even have to buy it. That's kind of cool. I don't really know how that all works, but I like it. It means I don't have to buy any wards. I can just have them there with me all the time. Makes my life a whole lot easier. So let's go and equip these minions here. And I'm thinking I'm going to rotate mid now and see what we can do in that lane instead. Because although hanging out bot lane like this is kind of fun, I'm thinking, ooh, hey, blue buff. Maybe I'll get that as well to add on to my Essence Reaver. And you can see without even upgrading my trinket, I have 2 wards placed. Awesome stuff. Now let's kite this back. And Tahm Kench is on the way here. I'm kind of worried that I might get stopped from taking this, but yeah, I got it. Nice. Uh-oh, this is not good. Let's go this way, Soraka. I like this way better. Let's just pop this behind us. Do some damage to Diana, hopefully. Nope. Okay, well, I didn't heal her, which I should have done. I'm probably dead here, actually. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. There's 3 of them on me, and they do a lot of damage. I'm just going to let myself die on that one. I might be losing the blue buff, but it's better than using both my summoners just to die anyways. But Corky, wait, I thought he was going AP. He's got Triforce. Ah, all good, though. Let's pick up that Essence Reaver, though. And I'm thinking I might also get my Zerks here pretty soon. Looks like Rengar's good, and Tahm Kench trying to save Diana. I think he might, but yeah, he will. Wow, good for them. Corky's still doing a lot of damage here. And it looks like Rengar's probably going to go down this one. Well, I'm not sure why at least repelled there, though. Oh, is Rengar going to be able to get out? Alright, hold on. Why don't you just wait for my Zerks? Actually, what's that new attack speed item? Because I'm pretty sure there's a new attack speed. Okay, the Zeal's still here. It's, what is it? It's this thing here. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It goes into the Shiv, but I'm not going to get this game because I'm going for Phantom Dancer instead. But I'll get Zerks first. So, yeah, anyways, with the Essence Reaver, we have the extra attack damage. Great stuff there. Crit chance. Obviously, more crits are better because it's what's going to happen with Graves instead of the normal way you crit. What happens when you use a normal buckshot is I think 4 shots come out, but with a crit it's 8. So it's basically like a normal crit. You just do double damage, but it's like really, really, really good for wave clearing and doing a lot of AoE damage. That's why I like crit's so good on Graves. So I like that. We have extra cooldown reduction, so that's good, and we get extra cooldown reduction from having more crits from other stuff. Not to mention our crits will replenish our mana pool. So building a lot of crit, a lot of attack speed, a lot of damage, and a lot of cooldown reduction is gonna be the key for Graves. And a bit of lifesteal I guess is gonna be good too. But if we do enough damage and enough damage to everybody, we're not gonna need the lifesteal. But I might decide to get a Bloodthirster as one of my final items or something like that. We'll worry about that later. Let's upgrade our dash once again here. Our quick draw. And just push the wave here, because it looks like our team has put up enough pressure on the mid lane that I can just sit here and wave clear all day long. And while I hit turret, I can actually consistently hit the minion wave as well, which is pretty awesome. And I'm still kind of confused with how this end of line AoE works. Like, I know the first projectile goes until it hits a wall, but the second one I'm kind of confused by. How does that work? Seconds with the clean. It detonates, yeah, but... And physical, all damage... Oh, all nearby enemies, okay. That's still rather confusing, but I sort of get it. Let's just go ahead and unload on this Elise. Yeah, I don't know what you think you're doing. Getting in the face of a Graves is not a wise decision. So let's just go and wave clear here a little bit. You can see the crits replenishing some mana. Not to mention we have some natural lifesteal from our Doran's Blade and our Masteries, because the new Masteries, of course, which I haven't mentioned a whole lot of, but I will say this much. The new Masteries are fucking awesome. I love them. And if you guys want to check them out at all, I recommend you do. The link to those will be in the description, and in a Gyazo pick, you guys can just open up and check out exactly what Masteries I'm running. I'm not going to explain why, because I don't really know why just yet, except for the fact that based on my instincts, they look fine. But for all I know, they could not be. They could be terrible. Now, they're actually chasing me here, and I'm pretty sure I can just retreat. You can see my ultimate doing a lot of damage here. I might heal, so I'm going to try and use that and try and kite out the Diana here as best as we can. Can I escape from these guys? Okay, I managed to kill Diana somehow. Can we kill the MF? Please? Kill him! Oh my god, barely. Alright, so attack movement and orb walking and all that shit with the shotgun shells is extremely tricky. Damn, this champ is so awk. Yeah, obviously my mechanics there were not on point. I'm very uncomfortable with the whole reloading thing, because I'm trying to attack, move backwards as I'm moving back and all that, but I'm having to reload while I'm trying to shoot people, and that's just not working for me at all. So luckily I got out of that one unscathed, but that could have been really rough. But considering how strong I am, I'm thinking fucking Infinity Edge, man. Infinity Edge sounds great. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. So let's pick up that BF sword, pick up ourselves a pickaxe, and head on out. And with this, once we have that Cloak of Agility, we'll get extra CDR, not to mention extra crit from the item itself. And that is going to be awesome for us. Not to mention more mana replenish because of our Essence Reaver. Which, I mean, our mana costs aren't high by any means, but I like to just be able to spam my spells and not have to worry about mana. Because a spellcaster like Graves, or not a spellcaster, like an AD carry like Graves, I just find that using his spells is a huge part of his kit. And if you don't have mana to do so all the time, it can hold you back a little bit. So let's just go ahead and clear up the Krugs there. You can see the reloading isn't too bad. It's not exactly the smoothest thing in the world, but it does definitely work out. So let's go ahead here and take out the Scuttle Crab as well. And if you get the Scuttle Crab nice and close, you can see how much damage you do to it pretty easily. And you can see the jungle camps do get knocked away by your shotgun shots. That's why jungle Graves is a thing, which I might decide to do in a video at some point, but I'm more focused on AD carry Graves, because I'm pretty sure most of you are more concerned with that for the time being. Let's go ahead and clear up these minions here, though. Missed a few, actually, but all good. But I'm pretty sure attack speed actually allows you to reload faster, but I remember it saying that it also makes it so you slow down your attack speed. Like, your actual attack speed from when you're trying to shoot quickly, like between two shots, but the reload time's faster. As far as I know. That's what I read. I'm not sure if that's true, though. Let's just go ahead here and I guess use the end of the line and hit nothing. For no good reason. All good, though. So let's continue to clear the wave up here. You see, we have pretty decent lifesteal and sustain and all that, so I'm not too concerned. And at least I thought she was going to go for something there. Guess not. If she did, I'd be ready for it. I would just dash out of the way and be totally fine. And yeah, it looks like Connor is going to go with the Luden's Echo here, so the AP Corky sort of thing. And let's do some damage here to Tom Kench and these guys. I think we could do this. If they have the cojones. Yeah, I think we did a lot of damage to that end of the line. I might be able to kill MF, actually, with my ult. If it does enough damage. Let's try it. Nope, not quite. Can we do this and kill her? Nah, it's going to hit the wall. I'm just going to try and dodge. Oops, didn't dodge that. Uh-oh, I'm in a really bad spot here. But if MF comes close enough, nah, I'm dead. Whoopsies. Actually, I'll say whoopsies like this, yeah. Whoopsies. Yeah, I definitely went too ham on that one. I got super greedy thinking I could kill MF, which I almost did, but I fetch it. I wouldn't surprise if she used barrier, because my ultimate does a lot of damage. But yeah, who knows for sure. We didn't have vision, so there's no way of telling for sure. It looks like our Corky's here is doing a lot of damage, so good stuff by him. Let's get that Cloak of Agility. You can see here, because of that, our CDR bumps up to an extra 30 or extra 20% to 30%. That is insane. And so that is one of the reasons why getting this much crit with the Essence Reaver is good, is because you just get so much stats from one item like that. And I guess you could say it's not just one item, but because you have two items, you get a lot of stats from the first item, if that makes sense. It's kind of confusing because it means that the first item you get, being the Essence Reaver, is not going to give you a ton, but once you have other items, it becomes so worthwhile. And that's why it's really good. And there's a ton of other items we can go for, like the Yuma's Ghost Blade, which I'm pretty sure is pretty much the same item, actually. So that's cool. So just go ahead and do the red buff here. You can see it's very easy to kite it out. And reloading the shells like this is a little bit tricky for me, but we're figuring it out slowly but surely. And it looks like my team's getting chased out a little bit. No, never mind, not so much. I thought they were being chased out by the blue buff, but not quite. Let's just go ahead and take this out, though. And also, the jungle Graves kind of works as well because your Q explodes off of walls earlier. So if you hit a wall, it will actually go off sooner. Meaning you'll be really good for jungle camps because it does so much damage. Tons of damage. And it looks like MF's pushing ball in here again. And she's level 8. I'm level freaking 12. I'm strong as shit. She's weak as fuck. Let's see what we can cook up here, guys. I have a good feeling about this. Come here, MF. Okay, if I get this dash off, I might be able to get in range to hit my stuff. No, not going to be quite in range. Actually, did I hit her? No. Huh. But her strut stopped moving. Or strut stopped being on. That was kind of weird. All good. And actually, Elise is behind me. What are you doing, Elise? You want to fight me? I'm gonna try and help out Rengar here. KS. Oh, never mind. Just the assist. I was hoping to steal his kill, but all good. But how much crit chance do we have? 40%. Good stuff. Now, if we get a Phantom Dance, we'll have even more crit, and that'll be awesome. So I'm really excited for that. And I really want to hit this MF up, but she's not letting me have it. There we go. Let's just alter here. There we go. There's the burst. That's what I like seeing. The huge burst. And alright, let's upgrade the E once again. And maybe we should just rotate mid and see what we can do to help out my team here. It's looking like with the 5 of us here, I mean, I'm just joining up now. We should be able to take this turret out. Yes, we can. Let's skip this wave here as well. Good stuff. Yeah, the new Graves is definitely very fun. If you guys have a PBE account, I highly recommend you try this out. It is a blast. Literally. And the quirky passive, or whatever that thing is, I don't fully understand the new quirky stuff. I've only read up on so much of the new PBE stuff, but as far as I know, it pretty much just gives him like this way of just going super fast. Kind of like Quinn. Which is really awesome. Because he's on a plane anyway, so it kind of makes sense. And actually, Jace is over here. Jace, do you want some of this? I'll give you some of this. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. You better back off. But I'm kind of scared of Diana, though, because Diana is... She has killed me a few times now, I'm pretty sure. So she's probably dangerous. I'm just going to sit in this brush and see if anybody overextends. Come on, somebody come exploring. Alright, I don't think anyone's coming. Let's just clip the wave. Yeah, I think with the Graves end of the line, the first component of the damage isn't very good, but it's pretty easy to hit, whereas the second component is harder to hit because, of course, that delay, but 350 base damage with the extra ratio is huge damage, so if you do manage to hit it, it is worth your while. It's tough to do so, and that's right, I can't go through walls, I forgot about that. I'm so used to old Graves buckshot. There's some things I still have to adjust to. All good, though. You can see this one does a ton of damage. Huge burst. I think it is more than my... Yeah, almost as much as my ultimate. Because the ratio is about the same, I think, on the second component. But the base damage is 320 here, and this one's 300. Or 350, so it is actually bigger. Holy crap! My Q does more damage on the second component than my ultimate does. Holy. Unless my ultimate's up close. My ultimate's up close is way more damage. I'm talking about the sniping with your ultimate, of course. But still, it's crazy. Let's go do a lot of damage to the Baron here. This should be ours, no doubt. Good job, you guys. Now let's go ahead and help out with that. Alright. Putting our points in the smoke screen now. The smoke screen damage actually does increase a lot per rank, so that's actually kind of important to keep in mind, I guess. But let's go ahead and finish up that Infinity Edge, though, because that's going to give us even more crit damage, which is awesome. And I'm thinking next, it makes a lot of sense to get the Phantom Dancer. We need that attack speed. But with that said, now that we have the Zeal, I mean, we have 60% crit and a decent amount of attack speed. Wait, our attack speed looks really low right now, though. Oh, that's probably because we have that shotgun stuff going on. I'm thinking it makes sense to go for the Bloodthirster now. So let's see, is the Vamp the same? It costs a bit more gold, but that's still fine by me. So I'll get some extra life steal to sustain us, because in case we get dove on by Diana or something like that, we want to be able to survive it. But I think this should be fine for us. Now, as far as I know, this is... I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the actual meta 80 carry build is going to be in Season 6. But if this is it, let's just say for the argument that this is the 80 carry build, this isn't the only viable build, I think, for Graves. I think another viable build for Graves would be more of like a Bruiser build, because he does work very, very well in that sort of scenario. But I'm not totally sure if that is... yeah, I'm not really sure if that is exactly like what you should do with Graves, whether you should be going with an 80 carry build or more of a Bruiser build, like Sterix and some Bruiser jungle, or not Bruiser jungle items, some Bruiser items. I'm not really sure just yet, but we'll find out. But for the time being, though, this is really fun. And as I said earlier, it is a literal blast, so... Let's go bot lane here. And it looks like a lot of them grouped up. And Corky's doing some nice damage to him. I'm thinking we can hit this on the wall here and hit Diana up. Let's go ham on her. Just blow her up. There we go. And there's going to be the second kill. Corky's going to pick that one up. Nice job. Let's go and clear these up as well. And give me that. Very nice. And we should be able to take this turret out without any problems. Alright, the shutdown on Rengar. I guess he went a little bit too ham. But we should be able to get the inhibitor here as well. Doing a ton of damage to that inhibitor. Look at his damage, though. As we get nice and close to it, look at that. 594 damage. Boom. And actually, they're going to surrender here. Let's go ham. Oh, never mind. The game's going to freeze. And alright, that's the game. Alright, hope you guys like this. Of course, my first time playing the Graves rework. I think I had a decent grasp on it. I consider it's my first time. Not to mention I went through a few things, so hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, you know what to do. Make sure to drop that like rating. It helps the channel so much, of course. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be busting out a ton of videos with the PBE stuff while it's all still fresh and new. Unfortunately, it's taken me a few days to do that, but of course I wanted to read up on it a little bit first. Not to mention it's been Halloween, so I've been really busy, so I'm sorry about that, but tons of stuff coming soon here, guys, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.